New development in the Russian investigation. The news broken by our team here at ABC News that President Trump's longtime attorney Michael Cohen has spent multiple hours in multiple sessions with special counsel Robert Mueller's team answering questions about all aspects of President Trump's relationship with Russia. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas here with the details. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. Michael Cohen, once part of President Trump's inner circle, now seems hell-bent on assisting the special counsel's investigation, voluntarily talking to prosecutors, apparently without a plea deal. Michael Cohen, the president's former attorney and fixer, the man who once said he would take a bullet for Trump,
I'll do anything to protect Mr. Trump.
Now a potential threat as a witness for prosecutors. ABC News learning Cohen has been assisting special counsel Robert Mueller. Sources telling ABC News in recent weeks, Cohen sat down for multiple interviews lasting hours with Mueller's investigators. The focus of the meetings, which have taken place in New York and Washington, allegations of Trump campaign collusion with the Kremlin in connection with the 2016 election, and all aspects of Trump's dealings with Russia, financial or otherwise. Here's how Trump reacted when the FBI raided Cohen's home and businesses last spring.
So I just heard that they broke into the office of one of my personal attorneys, good man, and it's a disgraceful situation. It's a total witch hunt.
But in recent weeks, the president and his allies have been calling Cohen a disloyal turncoat, basically a rat.
He's been lying for years. There's nobody that I know that knows him that hasn't warned me that if his back is up against the wall, he'll lie like crazy, because he's lied all his life.
According to sources familiar with the interviews, Mueller's team also asked Cohen questions about whether Trump or any of his associates discussed the possibility of pardoning Cohen. Cohen recently pleaded guilty to campaign finance crimes for paying off women just before the election, telling the court he did it at the direction of Donald Trump. Mueller continues to get key Trump associates to become cooperating witnesses. This new revelation about Cohen coming on the heels of Paul Manafort, Trump's former campaign chairman, pleading guilty to conspiracy charges last week and agreeing to work with the special counsel. George?
Okay, Pierre, thanks very much. Our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Let's pick up where Pierre left off right there and paint a picture of how President Trump is being surrounded now by Robert Mueller. You've got his former attorney cooperating. You've got his campaign chair, Paul Manafort, cooperating. His deputy campaign chair, Rick Gates, cooperating. His chief financial officer also cooperated with the Southern District. And his former national security advisor. He's got to feel surrounded.
So you've got a wide range of people and issues. So you've got Russia, you've got the questions of was there any collusion, you've got finances. But I think the one thing that many people are minimizing here is the cooperation with the New York State officials as well. It seems clear now that Michael Cohen has been cooperating with the New York State Attorney General or the New York officials there.
Let's talk about it, because what they're looking into is the actions of the Trump Foundation, which we know was operating in many ways outside of the law. That's what's being investigated.
At the least, that's what they're investigating, right? Because there we already know that New York State has filed a lawsuit against, a civil lawsuit. The question people asked many at the time was, well, based on these allegations they're making against the charity, some of this sounds like it's potentially criminal. And I think the answer was they needed this idea of intent. Was there corrupt intent to do this? And that's where Michael Cohen could become instrumental with regard to the New York State case. So everything we keep talking about, well, you know, you can't indict a sitting president, et cetera, those are all federal issues. The state is an entirely different set of legal questions. It has its own autonomy, its own authority, its own investigation. And if you're Donald Trump, this now opens up, in my mind, an entirely new concern with regard to this investigation if Michael Cohen is cooperating with the New York State authorities.
You also can't issue pardons for violations of state law. Yet one of the things we saw in this piece is that Michael Cohen has been questioned about a pardon. That could also be very significant.
Right, because what effectively that means is they're investigating the possibility of obstruction of justice or witness tampering. Meaning, were there suggestions that if you don't talk, maybe you'll get a pardon? Or more importantly, and potentially more dangerously, is anyone suggesting to Michael Cohen, did anyone say to him, if you don't tell the truth, you might be able to get a pardon? Don't disclose this, and you might be able to get a pardon. We don't know that that's the case, but those are the sort of questions that have to be of great concern. Look, with all of these people together, President Trump should know now, with his closest associates all involved here, if he didn't do anything wrong, he should be in good shape now. They've got the right people in there to answer those questions. But if he did do something wrong, he's got to be very concerned.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.